Hi. What are you saying? You saying hi? Yeah. Get your butthole out of my face. What's up, everybody? So, I just wanted to do another another reading. Without my tarot cards, I lost them. So that happened. So I have a bunch of decks. These are called Oracle decks. And I thought we could do a little reading, do a little check-in. I hope everybody's doing well today on this Monday. I fucking hate Mondays. Okay, let's go. Okay. I feel like somebody's stuck in a relationship that they don't want to be in. Maybe they're afraid to be alone. I know, like, personally, especially around the holidays, it's hard. It's really hard to be alone. It carries a different weight when you see people getting together with their families or their other half, posting pictures online about how wonderful their life is. You know it's fake, right? I hope you know that. None of that shit is as perfect as it looks. And people go out of their way, especially around the holidays, to make it look like their shit is not stinking when it is. So, but definitely somebody is in a relationship that they don't want to be in. Maybe they're afraid that they'll lose out if they let go. They'll lose out on something that they've worked hard, maybe put a lot of time and effort into. Maybe because the idea the idea of them losing or looking like they failed at something is keeping them stuck. I mean, life is about failure and how you come back from it. Like, we all fail all the time at different things in different ways. And it's all about how you get back up, right? I mean, nobody's perfect. And to be 100% honest, like, people don't think about you as much as you might think, and people don't really care about what you got going on as much as you might think. They have their own shit to deal with. So somebody is definitely not being honest with themselves. They're not seeing things clearly. Again, that could include or be due to addictions. I know a lot of us are drinking a lot more, or around the holidays. Not wanting to feel lonely. There's nothing worse. There's nothing more lonely than being with somebody and feeling alone. It's better to just really be alone. Because then at least you can be yourself. You don't have to fucking worry about what anybody thinks. You can run around the house naked if you want. Who cares? But things are not being seen clearly. But no matter what you're going through, I mean, you could run your life all the way into the ground. You could take the wrong path all the way to the end and hit the wall before you realize that you fucked up, and you can rebuild. There's no reason, as long as you're alive, you can rebuild. So remember to be resilient with anything, no matter what you make or no matter the decision you make. It's important to understand that we are resilient. We overcame COVID. We got through that. We overcame what COVID did to the economy. I overcame a lot myself. I overcame heartbreak, family drama. You have to break free from it in order to grow. So yeah. It looks like somebody is breaking free and they're starting a new beginning, which is exciting. Yeah. They're taking their power back. They're saying, "No, this isn't what I want, and I'm not going to continue to do this just because you want me to." That's awesome. I like that. Hi, kitty. Yeah, somebody's rising up and taking their power back, maybe letting go of their ego, not worrying about what other people think anymore, and just doing what they need to do. Yeah, letting go. Exactly. It's important also to tap into your inner child. That's how you take your power back. You reconnect with that little boy or that little girl inside of you, and you realize that that is your number one priority, is to protect that little child that we all have inside of us, and to show up for them first and foremost. See, can't make this shit up. Self-care. Can you see that? Self-care, so important. And that can look different for all of us. You know, my self-care is I meditate a lot. I spend a lot of time alone. I've just realized that that's where I find my power. I write a lot. Writing's really important. Music. I take a lot of baths with salt, bath salt, not the crazy kind, the regular kind. I just tap in. I tap into myself. I check in with myself daily. Any minute that I have alone, I'm using it to center myself and make sure that I'm happy with everything that is around me. And if I'm not, I cut it out. I made a post a couple days ago, and I said that 2022 was like a purge, and it really was. Bitch, don't fuck my cards up. I purged everybody out, and then I slowly started to bring certain people back in. Sometimes that wasn't the right decision, and they had to go again, twice. But going forward into 2023, I'm very clear with my intentions and with the energy that I have around me. And things can start off great, but I'm real quick to cut people out, and it's just what I've had to do. Which, it's not a bad thing to know your own power. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, to trust yourself, to attract and to not control, but be able to allow certain energy in and to keep certain energy out, just to have a better radar, I guess. But you can't have that unless you've been through a lot, unless you've been through the trenches and come out the other side. You don't have that radar. And I can tell you right now, I was very naive, very excruciatingly naive in a lot of ways. I'm not now. I see things for what they are. You can't sugarcoat shit with me. All right. I think it's also really important at this time, at all times, but especially at the end of the year, to review what has happened and what you've learned from it, and to grow from that. You know, we all learn in different ways. We all learn different things at different times. But taking the time to review maybe how, you know, like, okay, for instance, I started a complete new line of work. My career path is completely different than it was 2 years ago. And I love the fact that I'm kind of paving the way for other women. I'm the first woman to ever be certified in my line of work where I work. I work with a bunch of dudes that, you know, it's never been the case for me before. I like being the first at things. I like taking charge and taking action. I like to prove people wrong. And every supervisor that I have, from the higher ups to my direct supervisor, told me that they didn't think I would last. And I think it's because I'm a girl. But I like to prove people wrong. It's kind of my thing. But I've had to review. I had to take some time away and review what direction I really want to go with this company. If I'm holding on too tightly to wanting to be the first and prove people wrong, if I'm putting that ahead of my own happiness, because that's a lot of pressure. There's a lot of pressure in that, you know. In fact, we just had a Christmas party and I completely bailed because the last thing I wanted to do was talk about work or be around people that I'm still trying to figure out if I trust or not. You know, companies, especially corporate, they do what they need to do for the business, not necessarily what's best for each individual. And that can be really dumb on their part, because if you don't take care of the good people, then you're just going to have a bunch of shitty people working for you. And if you're trying to expand, probably not the smartest idea, but what do I know? Okay. So, you know, and when I talk about reviewing, I don't just mean reviewing the good of ourselves. We all have a shadow side. We all have a dark side that tends to come out when, you know, life is going through a change or we're growing. And just work with that. Don't be afraid to dive into your shadow side. The parts of you that you're not proud of, that you maybe hide from everybody, or you think you do, because you probably don't. Let your freak flag fucking fly. That's my opinion. Because you think people will judge you, but people actually learn that they can themselves open up And they don't have to seem perfect, be perfect, because none of us are. You can inspire other people that way. I'm feeling an energy too of like harshness, not being very compassionate, maybe with yourself or somebody with you or you with others. Don't just tolerate people. Accept them for who they are, or get rid of them in your life. I know that's hard to do when you work with people. You don't have to tolerate people's bad behavior. You can say something about it if you have to. And sometimes being harsh, not necessarily harsh, but just being blunt and real and not worrying about other people's feelings is exactly what you need to do. There is a time and a place for that. All right, let's see. Yeah, definitely don't hold back how you feel because you're afraid that it'll cause waves. Don't just tolerate people. Say something, do something. Stand up for yourself if you have to. Stand up for what you believe is right. Because if not, things tend to get worse, not better. And sometimes if you need to create a tower and watch it fall down and everything fall around you, then you get to start to rebuild. And that's what you would want anyway. You can rebuild something better. All right, last message. Give without expectation. This is the time of giving around the holidays. Remember, if you're going to be giving presents to people, don't do it because you're trying to buy their love, or you're trying to get appreciation in return. Just do it out of the kindness of your heart and don't expect anything in return. And don't just do it around the holidays, do it whenever you feel like it. All right, that's my message for today. I hope you guys got something out of it, and if not, unfriend me. I really don't care. Bye.